Assessment is the process used to evaluate student knowledge and learning based on well-developed learning goals and criteria. Assessment is used before, during, and after a lesson. At a high school level, assessment should include higher order thinking and metacognition, the application of real-world skills to the 21st century, and the strengthening of collaboration skills. Finally, having a sense of personal accountability along with a group accountability are two important aspects of assessment. It is important that assessments tie back into your content area learning goal. Diagnostic assessment is the process of acquiring information from your students, fellow teachers, and various other resources to plan a curriculum around. Diagnostic assessment allows the teacher to create lessons and goals based on the individual as well as the group needs of the students. Major examples of diagnostic assessment are pretests, KLL charts, group discussions about previous knowledge of a subject, and teachers consulting one another before class begins. In a social science class, my diagnostic method of choice would be requiring students to write and discuss their previous understanding, myths, and stereotypes of an event or particular theory. Allowing students to voice their preconceived notions gives the teacher an idea of what areas of content need to be focused on. Formative assessment is progressive and continuous evaluation of students and teachers to direct, assist, and provide feedback to achievement of student learning and teacher instruction and direction towards the learning goal. Formative assessment is progressive monitoring of student learning, teacher feedback of instruction, shows improvement and lag of student learning, and can help set new goals. Formative assessment is a process, not a result, and can be used both formally and informally in terms of grading. It focuses on a group, pair, and individual collaboration, including self and peer assessment, and encourages critical thinking as well as increased quality of student work. Formative assessment also progresses towards an understanding and application of knowledge-based material to real-world situations. Formative assessment alone works ineffectively. In order to provide structured and effective formative assessment, diagnostic testing or assessment must have been done and analyzed properly to give feedback on where the students stand and how to proceed. With this knowledge, you as a teacher essentially go into a lesson blind. This would be similar to driving blind across the country in hopes to get where you are going and take the correct path the first time. An example of formative assessment can be utilized in a chemistry classroom by having students develop chemical models to display their understanding of orbitals. A simple way to achieve this is provide students with M&Ms, gumdrops, Milky Way bars, and toothpicks. Using these supplies, students must develop a visual representation of their understanding. This type of assessment would provide points based on participation and would focus on the progression of student concept of. Summative assessment is a form of assessment utilized at the end of instruction. The primary purpose is to determine what students have learned following a lesson. Summative assessment has been a predominant form of assessment throughout all levels of education. As the name indicates, summative assessment summarizes student achievement. It can be used in a couple different ways. Instructors use summative assessment to assess end of unit comprehension or end of the year comprehension. Large-scale tests exist as another type of summative assessment. These types of tests are extremely important for school funding as mandated by the No Child Left Behind Act. While it can provide instructors with useful information, it is quite easily criticized. Since summative assessment does not provide timely feedback, it is extremely important to utilize it as a component of diagnostic and formative assessment. Recent research has shown a combination, now called formative summative assessment, can be beneficial. An example of this would be reviewing exams with students in an interactive format to gain feedback regarding student comprehension. To improve upon the highly criticized feedback time, instructors can also utilize electronic resources to post results. While summative assessment is important in the classroom, it is essential to remember how to make this form of assessment beneficial to the student. Schools can quite often use results from summative assessment as a driving factor for future approaches to various content instruction. However, with a focus on assessment in terms of value towards student learning, it is important to recognize the downfalls of traditional summative assessment and use it appropriately in our classrooms. For example, as a biology instructor, I could utilize summative assessment on a completed experiment. To make this form of assessment more useful, however, I would incorporate formative assessment into the experiment by having students monitor their progress and report their work in increments. Feedback to the students would be possible through this technique for various components of the project, and the end result, a summative assessment grade, would benefit student learning.
As discussed in our video, our team believes that assessment is not made up of just tests or projects, but an entire realm of checking for understanding. Students who are assessed with a variety of techniques are able to apply the skills used during assessment to the real world, making them a promise for our futures as well as their own.